welcome back to another episode of Androm on Deep. Now, the last episode we talked about some basic probability. Now we're moving on to a bit more of the fun stuff. So first, let's talk about mutually exclusive events and also complementary events. So these are terms that sometimes get mixed up. Mutually exclusive events refers to events where only at most one of the events can occur. And this means that if you were to have a Venn diagram, there would be no overlap. A and B would be kind of separate circles. So let's think about some examples. Maybe let's define event A as rolling a 2. And event B is going to be rolling a 5. Now, on a 6-sided dice, of course, you'll realize that it is impossible for me to roll a 2 and a 5 on the same roll. So therefore, they're mutually exclusive. Only one or the other can occur, not both. It is possible that neither occur, though. I could roll a 3, and that's okay. They're still mutually exclusive as long as there's zero possibility that both of them occur simultaneously. Then they're mutually exclusive. Complementary is a bit different. This means that one or the other occurs. So this means it's guaranteed that at least one of these, or exactly one of these occurs. Maybe you can think about A as rolling an even number, and B as rolling an odd number. You're always going to roll either an even number or an odd number, and so we say that at least every time I roll my dice, exactly one of these events will occur. And so these two events are complementary to each other. One of the properties of complementary events is that if we say A and B are complementary to each other in this case, we can say that the probability that A occurs plus the probability that B occurs is equal to 1. 1 in probability here just means 100% basically. So it means that it's guaranteed that either A or B will occur. And so we've also devised a new way to go about this. Instead of writing another B over here as a separate event, we can choose a different kind of notation. We can put a little prime here. And if we do this, this is called the complementary event to A. So not A, basically. Think about this just like how intersection was and, union was or. Think about this little marker here as not. Not. So the probability that A does not occur, and this is another property of probability, is that the probability that either A occurs or A does not occur is 1. So this is obvious if you think about it, but it's nice to always write it out. So that's the difference between mutually exclusive and complementary events. You'll note complementary events always add up to 1, but this isn't necessarily true for mutually exclusive events. So it's always good to know the difference. Anyways, join us next time when we talk about let's talk about dependent events.